Hi, hello, I'm Eden, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about Only a Monster by Vanessa Len. So this is a book that I got in an Owlcrate box. I believe it was a February 2022 box called Among the Monsters or something along those lines, and I didn't get it in February 2022. I got it when it was a sale on the Nest because it looked interesting and I really liked the whole concept of that box. So maybe I got it in August last year, which is about a year ago now. God, time moves fast. Anyways, I mostly picked the box because I thought that the other content of it looked very interesting, and I ended up really liking a lot of the things that were in that box. For one, the Frankenstein copy that was in it, beautiful. I ended up giving that to my sister because she really wanted it and she loved the book when she read it for the first time. It wasn't a priority for me to read this book, but it did sound interesting, and I would glance at it every now and then and be like, yeah, maybe it's time to read this book now. But then I didn't. Then I went on to Owlcrate The Nest, which is Owlcrate's social media site. And I was like, okay, so I have a week off from work. I want to tackle some book on my physical TBR, and I gave them 4 books to choose between, and Only a Monster was the one that won. So I ended up reading it, and for the first 60 pages I was bored, which left me feeling sad in so many ways, because it's like, this is a beautiful copy of the book. It's absolutely stunning. I love it very much. Also, it's a hardcover, and I don't buy hardcovers very often because I prefer to own paperbacks. I like paperbacks more than hardcovers, even though hardcovers are often more pretty, and I buy hardcovers for my absolute favorite books. So having a hardcover on my shelf that I didn't like would feel terrible. And I was thinking to myself, am I going to have to DNF this beautiful book? And I ended up not having to, because it picked up after the 60-page mark when the actual plot started and we weren't just learning the world and getting to know what it was all about. But basically, I thought I'd give a little summary of this book before I get any further into this. Our main character is 16-year-old Jo, and she is sent to spend her summer with her late mother's eccentric family in London and is determined to enjoy herself. She has spent every summer there for as long as she can remember at her grandma's place, and she's having a great time, honestly. She has a very nice job at a historic museum kind of place called Holland House, and there she has a co-worker named Nick who asked her out on a date, and she's very excited about this because she has a major crush on him. So everything is fine. She's getting to spend time with her family, she's getting to go out on a date with a really cute boy, and then shit hits the fan because it turns out that she is a monster. Her entire family on her mom's side are monsters, and they have secret hidden powers. And Nick is not just a cute boy, he's a monster hunter, and he will do anything to bring Joan's family down and get them killed. But as she goes against Nick to save her family, Joan is forced to work together with another monster whose name is Aaron Oliver, and he is from a family that hates her family and that her family hates back. And if she wants to save the people she loves and herself, she is going to have to come to terms with her monster side, and that she is not the hero of the story. I reread the synopsis before I started reading the actual book, and I was excited to start it. It sounded like a typical YA book with a little bit of, monsters and exciting things happening, and just a little bit of romance, which I don't really care for romance in books, but if it's a subplot, I'm fine with it. It's fun every now and then. And this book, once I got past the setup and we started getting into the actual monster side of things and what kind of powers the monsters had, which are basically every single monster can time travel, but to time travel they have to steal life from humans by touching the side of their neck, so it's kind of like, vampire-esque motion. They have to put their hand on the side of their neck or like brush past it to steal their human lives, and by doing that they shorten down the lifespan of that human by however much time they take. And obviously when Joan finds out about this, because she's the only one in her family that didn't know about this power, she is horrified. She's like, you're stealing life from humans, you're killing humans, you're taking away time of their lives, the cats are being annoying. She's very upset about it, and she accidentally steals human life for the first time before finding out that this is a power they have. And that makes her even more upset because she didn't mean to take life from this human. And she's just having a terrible time until she finds out that, oh damn, Nick is a monster hunter and he ends up killing her entire family. But because she wants to save her family, she has to start time traveling and she has to steal life from humans. Which isn't that fun for her. It was fun to read about. I really like the concept of this world. And the thing is, it's a very nostalgic kind of book, even though it came out in like 27, no, not even 20, it came out in 2022, apparently, so that's last year, but it had such a nostalgic vibe to it, and I guess it's because it's very much a YA book. You know, everything about it. Joan is said to have this special power, like she's the chosen one, and there's a love triangle, and there's a broody boy, and then there's the boy that killed her entire family, but that she kind of has a complicated little crush on, and hopefully does not end up with, because honestly, he killed your entire family. Kill him, pretty please. I don't care if he's cute, kill him. What is up with everyone falling in love with people that kill the people they care about? We need to stop this. It's not romantic in my eyes. I know some people like it, so maybe Nick is your choice. But if she had to end up with anyone, I'm choosing Aaron, because it's a bit of a rival. You know, it's a bit of a rivalry to lovers kind of thing. It's not that strong though. But I miss reading these kind of YA books. Honestly, they're so simple yet so fun, and it made me think back to when I was a little bit younger. Honestly, it even made me feel nostalgic for when I was like 13 reading middle grade books. It did have a middle grade fantasy vibe to it as well, and if the characters had been 13 years old, or maybe 14, 12, anything along, you know, the Percy accent kind of ages, and some things were changed up, I think this would have made a very good middle grade fantasy book. But yeah, it was a fun read. It's not too complicated. The time travel makes sense, I think, personally, and I like that there is actually consequences to using the magic and everything. I don't think the monsters were that monstrous, but maybe that will be more of a thing in the second book or the third one, because I know this, I think. Yeah, it is a trilogy, I'm pretty sure. It's fun, okay? It's not that complicated. It's not that big of a deal. It's a simple YA book, okay? There's nothing more to it than that, okay? Sometimes books can just be fun, and this book was fun. You know, it's a simple read. It doesn't take any time to really get through once, you know, the actual plot starts. The time travel makes sense. The world building is pretty fun, although I wish we would have gotten more of it, because I think that was the most interesting part of the book. I do wish the monsters were more monstrous and not just humans who can time travel. Basically, that's as far into monsterdom as we get. I guess they're called monsters because they steal human life, and that's kind of like, you know, a lot of monsters from different kinds of folklores and the mythologies does that, so that's it. But yeah, I wish the monsters were more monstrous and less human-like, but I like following a main character who isn't the hero of the story and does steal human life, which, you know, isn't very nice. I'm tired. I'm making this video without any script whatsoever, so I think I'm gonna leave it off then, because I'm just reading myself at this point. Yeah, for now, that's all there is.